everybody and welcome to Crow's Geckos. I'd like to take everyone through a bit of the journey, what I've been doing my first ever season of breeding leopard geckos. And a lot of it has been stress, anxiety and just paranoia to the max. But I thought I'd start off with the biggest thing that caused the most anxiety, which was feeding babies that don't want to eat. So what I've got here today is I've pulled a few out the baby rack. We've got one serious one which really doesn't want to eat. We've got one which isn't too bad, and we've got a greedy guts face. She's a little bit older, and as you can see, she's already trying to find out where the food is. And usually she tries to take a little chunk out of my finger, but today she's thought, no, I'm not going to do that, which is quite nice. But I thought I'd start off with the not so greedy one to show you what I do, because what I like to do, wait for them to have their first poo, have their first shed, before I even try to introduce any feed whatsoever, because all it's going to do is stress them out. First of all, I leave them alone. I don't bother trying to interact with him a little bit. I'll give him a few, as you can see, he's got a few mealworms in there, not touched them. I'll leave them in there, not to bother them. A couple of days later, I'll see what happens, and then I'll try eventually hand feeding. Now this, usually they'll take it straight off the tongs after a couple of attempts, but this one is a fussy eater and for some reason won't eat, the same as this greedy guts face was when we first had her. But I thought I'd show everyone a few tricks of how to encourage them to eat. Because first of all, this little one will not take it off the tongs when it's alive. So what I like to do to encourage it is get the head of a mealworm, pinch it, pull it so you got the guts hanging out. Lovely jubbly, I mean, no. Not for me. And then what I do is sometimes this takes a little while. Well, you give it a little rub on the nose, let it taste it, bang. And then he'll have it. Now this little guy didn't actually eat. He's now just over a week old. And he's only started eating the last couple of days off the tongs. And then what I like to do, keep repeating the process until the lizard pretty much is full, and it will just ignore you, or in his case sometimes just scream at me and bite me. Now the one next to it, he's got a couple of little poos there, so we know he's eaten, but he was even fussier and would not take a mealworm. So instead I get these gits, baby locust. Now when you get the tub, you're going to get them jump at you and go everywhere, and then your wife's going to scream at you. Out, just like that. Right, if we put you, we'll pop you in there for a sec, we'll come back to you. So then I just get that on the tongs. Probably should have opened the lid first. Say hello. Oh. Dropped it already. Now let it have a good look at it. Now this one is a very fussy eater, so we might not do it today, but oh, we've got interest. A little bit of interest. Oh, missed. There you go. And that one I've actually called Jason because he was born on Friday the 13th. But that's how I got that little one to eat. And there's nothing worse, I tell you, when they're hatchlings, it's all happy days, really, really happy to see them, best part of it. But then you get the anxiety that they're not going to eat. With George, little George in here, hiya Georgie, was probably the worst one I've had. She wouldn't eat, wouldn't eat, wouldn't eat. Tried mealworms, tried ripping the guts out, tried the locusts, nothing worked. But luckily, I had a colony of dubia roaches. Now I didn't really want to disturb them, but but for the sake, because of I'm trying to at the moment colonise them, but they've been doing a good job of that. I didn't really want to disturb them, but for the sake of my lizard's health, I actually went in there and I picked out as many of the nymphs as I could, baby dubia roaches, and she went nuts for them, and that's what got her to eat. And now she is a couple of months old, and I've got no problem with her eating whatsoever. She'll take mealworms, she'll take dubia roaches, she'll take locusts, she'll take my finger when she gets the opportunity, even though she didn't do it today. And she's absolutely thriving now. So basically this is a video saying what I found was the most stressful thing of becoming a breeder, and this is my first ever season of doing it. Touch wood, I haven't lost a single baby yet. I've had a few infertile eggs, as you're going to come across. I'll make a few more videos posting up of my journey going through breeding leopard geckos for everyone to have a watch. If you've got any comments, feel free to ask. I've helped as much as I can. And again, if you're going through the same problems as I have, just reach out to any breeder. Probably best person be to get the breeder who sold you the leopard geckos in the first place, and just ask them questions. Everybody's happy to help. Everyone's got to learn. You'll struggle a lot, but yeah, worth it in the long run, and don't panic. Ciao. Hi everyone, my name's Pat, and I'm gonna start again.